What is going on, Wolfpack? Savage here. In today's video, we'll be covering a viewer submitted solo gameplay, and we will be breaking down and analyzing every move that the player we're spectating makes, as well as the enemies that we come in contact with. Now, I've tried really hard to find some random solo gameplay, but after about 12 videos, I have realized that most people camp their asses off in solos, and those would be some very boring ass gameplays. So when it comes to solos, we'll be exclusively doing solos for viewer submitted gameplay. So if you guys have solo gameplay you would like analyzed on the channel, make sure you join our Discord community and follow the instructions there in order to submit your gameplay. But before we get into the video, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,300 likes because my birthday's coming up, boys. Also follow me on Facebook Gaming, where I am a partner and we do all of our live streaming over there. Believe it or not, solos is our most popular series based off the analytics on the channel. So I'll be trying to come out with some more solo gameplay for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, boys, we've got a solo player, my dude, coming in looking for the scav objectives. Now, scavs definitely what you want to do. Dean's doing it right. You want to go for scavs, especially for solos. If it's solos, most players are going to be going for scavs, and you'll be able to 1v1 a lot of different enemies. So you could be walking away from these scav objectives with 5 or 6 kills, depending on how many people go there. I love the fact that he did not go to the scavenger bounties that are at hospital. Again, I do not believe hospital is a great spot to drop. I believe it's a very mace spot to drop. Now, we do have an enemy landing on the scavengers, so our dude Dean is going to rotate elsewhere because he knows that that scavenger objective is lost. So instead, he lands to the outskirts, grabs the one-punch shotgun, and now he's going to utilize it to get some free, easy-ass kills. This poor bastard's not going to have a chance. One-punch shotgun does exactly what it says in the name. At least at the start of the game, because you'll have 2 plates. People sleep on that one punch. I'm telling you right now, early game, that's the one to pick up, man. That's the one to pick up. So now we're at train station, which I absolutely love this area. Train station, since they opened it up, just allows for so much more unique fighting. I know there's an enemy here somewhere, but for some reason he's not on heartbeat sensor. So at this moment, I'd stop utilizing the heartbeat sensor for the most part, and I would kind of just keep my eyes for the enemies. You want to look for open doors, broken windows, things like that. Granted, train station's not going to have any broken windows, but look for open doors, especially since now we have the enemy to our 238, which is where the doors are at. And as you can see, there's an open door right there. That would let me know in my head. Put the heartbeat away. This guy's either A, on the other side of here, or B, he's very close to us. All right, there's the enemy right here. He never even looks at us. The enemy literally crossed out in the open and never looked left. Guys, if y'all are pushing into an area, I don't care if it's early game, mid game, late game, if you're in a building, make sure you're scanning around you. He could have easily outplayed us because we were in the open. He had some couches he could have prone behind to get safe if he was at a disadvantage. And he also had the bison, so he really could have shit on us. But he played that wrong. He never even looked towards our direction. So that was an easy fight for us. But as we saw during that fight, there was an enemy on the mini map somewhere in this direction. If you look at the mini map, let me know if you boys like this. And when it comes to knowing where enemies at, mini-map awareness is crucial. Mini-map awareness is absolutely crucial. You need to train your eyes to kind of allow your peripherals to pick up color. That way, when you're staring at the screen, you just notice a red dot pops up using your peripherals, and then you can then look at the mini-map and be like, okay, that's where he's at, and you can either make note of it in your memory or ping it, whatever's easiest for you. Because I know there's an enemy over here. There he is right there. He did come up to the second floor utilizing the ramps, and I want you guys to notice our dude right here, Dean! My man. It may seem simple to a lot of you goats out there, but again, this video series is more for the beginner players. So I want you guys to notice how the hell this man worked these boxes. So we're on the left side of the boxes. We're at a disadvantage right now. We run back to the right side of the box. So what does the enemy do? The enemy then runs to the right side of the box because in his head, that's where he thinks we're going to go, but we don't. So we dive back to the left, and as you can see, he runs to the right because he's trying to predict our movement, but he predicted completely wrong. And then Dean hits him with the bunny hop, baby. Beautifully executed. Watch it. Watch it, baby. Boom, boom. The double hop of greatness, bros. The double hop of greatness. My man out here being like LeBron, minus the crybabiness. Oh, LeBron fans right now are pissed off, aren't you? It's a joke, guys. Relax. But now we have plenty of money to go ahead and buy our loadout. We have 3 kills already, which isn't too bad for a train station drop. Train station is usually a little bit hotter. You can get about 5 or 6, but again, it's just luck of the draw. It depends on how many enemies land here. It looks like we've killed everybody in this area, at least according to the heartbeat. Now we do have a UAV. Call it in. The idea behind UAVs is to keep it in the air at all times. We do have an enemy either above us or below us. Not sure exactly where. He's below us. I hear him now. And again, this is where UAV would be crucial, because we'd have the constant UAV, we'd have this constant blip, and we wouldn't have to guess where he's at. We could see if he's going to the right, we could jump down and shoot him in the back. We can see if he's going to the left, we could jump down, shoot him in the back. We see if he's coming up, and we could pre-aim and fire when he does. So again, the principle behind UAVs is always call it and always have it in the air. Because one, we have plenty of money to buy our loadout and then another one as well. But it's solos, you might want to get a self-res. Just depends on what you want. But this guy should be an easy kill. Wrapping left-hand side now. There he is. We're just waiting patiently, waiting for him to come up, and the enemy dropped shots. Well, the enemy went prone. He didn't drop shot. He didn't shoot at all. The enemy went prone. And then he went prone again. He went prone 3 times in that fight. Guys, stop going prone. Dean played that well. Again, I would have had the UAV in the air, but he decided to hold on to it. Again, there's really no right answer in that. I prefer UAVs up at all times. That way I don't have to rely on the heartbeat, and I can make plays faster, and then also see who else is around us and prevent myself from getting third party. But he decided to outweight the enemy. The enemy got impatient, pushed up without looking, and he got killed. Now, when you're pushing those stairs, let's rewind a little bit. When you're pushing these stairs, you don't push like this. You don't. You walk up the stairs and you look up, and then as you're walking up, you want to scan around this entire perimeter to see if anybody's doing this. Because in the beginning of the game, when you drop at train station, there probably is somebody up here doing this. And I've killed a lot of people using the techniques. Whenever you're going up staircases, you want to make sure you're scanning your back inside, or you're going to get shot. And also, I want you guys to notice when he got shot, he instinctively went prone. Why? I don't know. And then he got up and he went prone again. And then he got up and he went prone again. He never even shot us. Never even tried to. Never even tried to. Stop going prone, start whipping it on the enemy and absolutely blazing them down. If you lose a gunfight, you lose a gunfight, but at least you're shooting them and trying to fight it out. Going prone is just a terrible technique. Drop shotting is awesome, for sure. Drop shot your ass off. But if you're not going to be drop shotting the enemy, if you're just going prone, that's not what drop shotting is. Now we're sitting at 4 kills. I still call that UAV in, bro. Call that UAV in, see if anybody else is around us, and then go ahead and utilize the buy station. We've made a lot of noise. Oh, we have another enemy over here. Yeah, see, I was about to say, I was surprised only 3 people came here. For sure. He's at the buy? No. He's baiting the buy. Oh, now he's at it. Now he's at it. Oh, coming up. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm having a little too much fun with this one. Yo, okay, screw him, bro. What a dick. What a dick. Planet of bouncing bed, he deserved to die. All right, as far as the enemy's concerned there, again, same situation. When you're going upstairs, what do you do if you're not sure what's around you? You look both ways. You guys need to stop tunnel vision on a doorway and just running straight at it. That's exactly what happened to the guy we killed before this guy. That's exactly what happened to this dude here. They never even tried. I want you guys to notice as well, he called the loadout drop, and instead of throwing it on the actual buy station, he threw it into the building. And then of course it comes from the sky, it lands on top. We take the zip line up, and now we have a safe way to grab our loadout drop. So great technique, great utilization of the building to your advantage. And here we are ready to go. We got 5 kills, 90 enemies left, and we have an MP5 built to the T, as well as a kilo built to the max as well. So good builds on your guns. All right, but we still have $13,000. Of course, you want to get a self-res, you want to call in this UAV, buy another one. That's kind of it, really. You could buy a plate box if you wanted, but it's not really necessary right now. I just wait till I find a satchel, hold on to the money, and just utilize the UAV technique and just jump from buy station to buy station, chase some bitches down. We still have $5,000 in the reserve. We're ready to go. All right, he utilized the UAV, sees a ping. There's also a bounty marked on the map too, so he could either A, go for the bounty and then hunt down the bounty, or B, go for the guy on the UAV. Since we're using the UAV, I would definitely go ahead and get the guy on the UAV first. If you hunt the guy on the UAV first, you can kill him because the bounty's still going to be there most likely. So again, mark the guy that you see, go and kill him, and then rotate to the bounty because the bounty's not going anywhere. If you go to the bounty first, this guy may disappear by the time you come back from killing that bounty. And he's camping car dealership too. Now, car dealership is not an impossible building to push, but it's not easy, especially if he's on the rooftop. If he's on the rooftop, it could pose a little bit of a problem, but all you got to do is wait for the enemy to be distracted, looking the different way, and then jump up there and kill him easily. But Dean notices that he's at the car dealership building, and he's assuming he's on the rooftop, which he is right there. So we're going to go ahead, get the high ground TV station, and get a nice, easy kill. The dude's parachuting out in the open. Oh, that's unfortunate, brother. He hit the building. Rip. Rip. All right, here we are. UAV still active. We got a guy pinged, and we've got a guy in front of us. So we have one on memory, and we have one ping from when we kill this guy to remember exactly where he's at. So we're going to hopefully kill 2 birds with 1 UAV. All right, we felt a little uncomfortable not having UAV in the air, so we're gonna go ahead and call in another one. Why not? We have $10,000 in reserve still. You might as well use it. Use it before you lose it, boys. All right, we have a vehicle coming to our right-hand side. So now we have a decision to make. Do we shoot at the vehicle and alert the enemy who's camping that we're coming? Or do we let the vehicle pass? All right, but he's decided to let it pass, and that's fine. Again, the decision's yours. How you want to play. There's so many different styles of gameplay. He's decided to let the vehicle pass because he knows that pushing up on a building with a guy camping is going to be really disgusting if the guy knows you're coming up. To utilize stealth to your advantage is exactly what he's doing now. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Enemy UAV's in the air, so we don't know if it's this player's here. If it is this player here, he's going to be knowing that we're coming up.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Was that a body right there? Did he die? Not sure exactly what happened. Maybe I missed something you guys didn't. If you knew what happened, please let me know in the comment section below. What the hell was he doing? I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. I'm gonna be honest. He was just standing there looking at a bench. All right, but here again, we waited for that vehicle to pass us and we didn't shoot at it, but he's still driving around us. We're getting shot from the left-hand side as well. Homeboy jumps off the vehicle to change for a Big Bertha. Guys, stop playing like that. Stop it. Just stop it, dude. I hate seeing people driving vehicles and just jump from one vehicle to another and not ever get kills or do anything. That's just a terrible way to play the game. And unfortunately for us, that's how solo players play. If you're going to throw a trophy system in your vehicle and drive around to get kills, by all means do it. But if you're just going to be driving around to hide from people, you're going to be destined to lose the rest of your life. But with saying that, we do have a level 3 bounty on us and we're waiting patiently for the enemy to come around the corner. And the enemy just kind of thugged it up. He knew that we were his bounty and he assumed we were on the top level, but he should have known better. He should have known that we were right in front of him. As he's coming up the staircase, again, coming upstairs, as you're coming up the staircase, you want to turn and peek the corner where we were sitting before you go ahead and just full doze through it. So as he's coming up the staircase, at this point here, before he's actually at the top, he needs to be turned around and looking. He needs to be turned around and looking right at us. That way, as he's backing up more up the stairs, he can then see us sitting right here and either A, change his position if he doesn't feel comfortable with this fight, or B, start shooting at us and hopefully exchange more damage than the one shot he actually did to us. So I don't like the way he pushed that building. I think a lot of players are very unaware on how to push staircases because most people just blitz right up them, and that's a terrible idea. All right, but here we are in this area, and this is apartments, right? This is the area where we like to drop, and this is also an area where people love to be at, whether the circle is going to be here or the circle is moving away from here. People will always be in this area to camp and or gatekeep. And with people loving to play the edge of the gas, you know there's gonna be another player here. I'd put money on it. There's 32 enemies left. There's a huge probability you could run into 1 or 2 other enemies here. So just be aware. Just be aware. We got an enemy on heartbeat in this building right here. Go ahead and mark it. I love it. Always ping. Even if you're playing by yourself, just to give you a little bit of idea of where he's at in case you get into another gunfight and you happen to be forgetful like I am and need to go ahead and utilize your ping to remember where you had marked the enemy beforehand. And instead of just pushing up to the building, we're creating more separation. We're creating more distance. All right, there's an enemy UAV in the air, but we do have our ghost class, so we'll be fine. Now we could do one of two things. We could either A, contest this guy right now, or B, just wait for him to come out and gatekeep him, right? We could just wait and gatekeep. But what I don't like about gatekeeping this situation is, again, I don't feel comfortable playing the edge of the gas because the next circle, the white circle, people will then be gatekeeping us. So I want to get in and get out of this area as fast as possible. So we're peeking up. We see him in the window, take our shots, break his armor. He's down, so we're going to go ahead and push in there for sure. He's probably going to self-res before we get in. But we do have thermite that we can utilize to our advantage. We're gonna get that down again. Damn, but he's gonna be plating up. Yeah, and he's gonna be plating up. So when you know you have the armor broken in that position, there's no reason to slow peek and crouch in the building and be like, oh my god, I'm scared as hell. He's damaged. He's one tap. Not only did you break his armor, not only did you down him, but you hit him with a little bit of thermite right as he was self-resing. So you know he's one tap. So just screw it. YOLO that shit, bust in there and hit him one time and get the kill. Very easy kill. Good shit, Dean. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to mute the video. Whenever we're in a vehicle, I'm going to have to mute because copyright songs and shit and just YouTube rules and bullshit like that. But anyway, we're heading to the bounty. We have a bounty. There's a guy camping in a house and we're getting shot by another enemy. Now, we could decide to go push the enemy or we can go ahead and push the bounty. It's up to you. Depending on where the enemy's at, I probably wouldn't push. It looked like the dude was camping on a hill. So just go ahead, push safely to the bounty. All right, but we're pushing the bounty. And of course, what do players do when they have the bounty on them? They hide. They go to a building, they go to the top floor, and they hide. It's a given. I don't know why Activision thought it was a great idea to put a bunch of buildings in the game with multiple levels. All it does is allow people to camp and play scared. But this is how people die. It's how people don't get better, is they spend so much time doing this instead of outplaying the enemy and trying to fight us as we're in the open. We just hide. Now what he should have done, what the bounty should have done, was start shooting at us from the window. We're driving right at him. It's very easy to shoot us out of vehicles like that. It really is, as long as you try. We had a window facing us. All you had to do was whip out an AR and put shots at him because we were driving straight to the building. But he didn't. He just sat there hiding, scared, with C4 on the staircase. So I love the fact that we're going to go up here, throw some thermite. Oh, that's unfortunate. It exploded. The dude instantly gets hit by thermite and just starts blowing up C4 with no rhyme or reason. It's not like he dropped plates. Throwing some stuns. All right. Now, what the enemy should be doing in this position, instead of just camping there, spamming all of his tacticals and lethals before he sees us, he needs to jump out of that window and try to outplay us, right? Sitting up here, it's just stupid. You may get lucky. You may get a couple kills doing this. And this is why players end up cementing this into their brains, is because like, well, every time I get in a fight, I go up in the attic and I hide. Well, guess what's going to happen when you get into higher tier lobbies? You're going to get shit on. This is not a play. If I ever hide in an attic, I will die 90% of the time because, well, of skilled players. So the last thing you want to do is corner yourself in a building. You have windows you can utilize. Jump out of the windows. Try getting some shots off again. Stop playing super scared. So now he's wasted his lethals. He's wasted his tacticals. We should know that in our heads, and we can then push up and just rely on guns versus guns. You can hear the enemy's footsteps going back and forth. He's getting nervous, ladies and gentlemen. His heart is pounding hard. He breaks the window to try to confuse the enemy and get the enemy to rotate over to that window to look and see if he can find us. I love the play. I love how he's trying to confuse the enemy. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna jump up, utilize the different aspects of this building to get in here and get some shots. He gets the hit on the enemy. Unfortunately, doesn't have enough to actually work with to shoot him through the window, but he utilizes that confusion to push up the stairs and get a little bit of hits. And while the enemy's plating, goes ahead and finishes him up. Dean, first off, good on you for utilizing the building's layout to try to work and outwork the enemy, trying to go in through the top window. Unfortunately, not enough of the ledge right there to actually be able to hold the angle and shoot him. But so we were able to kill the camping ass bitch. So I love that. Get him out of here. And look like they're gonna be heading our direction as well. Now let's see how the tables turn with Dean being the one in the building and fighting someone who's pushing him. Let's see if he hides. Let's see if he outplays it. Let's see what happens here. I love it. Now we got a UAV. We have another enemy on the UAV as well. It's time to fight, boys. It's time to fight. He gets in the vehicle, and hopefully the copyright won't hit me with that one. He gets in the vehicle, and here we are pushing another building. Actually, I think it's the same building we originally pushed. Oh, is it your boy? It is your boy. Look at that. Look at that, brother. Look at this dude. What are you doing? He came back for his loot, and he's sitting in the exact same spot. But I will give the enemy credit. At least this time he shot at us before we got to the building. So at least he's doing a little bit better than he did last time. He learned from his mistake. He said, I'm not letting him get this close without getting shot again. And this is what happens. But unfortunately for him, the same thing is going to happen. The dude's camping up top. We're going to come in, hopefully shoot the enemy and confuse him and get the kill. The enemy learned too. Instead of hugging the back, he's hugging this wall. So we're not going to... Oh, he just completely threw a change up on us. He came outside the building. He said, not again. He said, not again. My man, all right. Players learning from their mistakes. I can respect it. He tried to play the outside the building. Now, the thing he did wrong was when he jumped out of the building, he left the cover. He left the wall. He left these cinder blocks, and he just put himself out there with no cover at all. His thought process is, I'm going to hold the angle so that when Dean rounds the corner, I'm going to shoot him dead. But the problem with that is we have cover. We're close to this, and our aim is better. So, of course, this is what happens. He hits us twice, and it's an easy kill. But I do give respect to the enemy for at least learning from his mistakes, saying camping didn't work last time. So I'm going to try something different. All right, but here we are in game. This is second to last. This is third to last circle. And we've already got 12 kills with 10 enemies left, and we're still sitting on $25,000. God, I love money. We could do a lot of things in this position. We could buy an advanced UAV, which is something I probably would do the circle's getting so small that eventually the UAV tactic is gonna stop because you're not gonna have enough buy stations to go to. So I'd call it an advance and see how many people that I could ping on the map. Unfortunately, we only have 3 right now, but again, advance will reveal so much more than this will. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, boys, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Pull up the map again. All right, notice that. Savage, the UAV only showed 3 enemies. That means everyone's got ghost on, and that means advanced UAVs won't work. No, that's wrong. But here we have now marked 7 enemies. So we're only missing 1, right? We're only missing 1. So we know that half the server's on the outside of the map, so we can do a couple things. So we can do many things. 1, we can go to this building right here. Now there's going to be a camper on the rooftop of this building. That's a given, but it's a really good position to be in. It's a high ground, right? It's the high ground. You have eyes on all of these guys in this area. You won't be able to see these 2 because there's a lot of trees right here and there's a lot of cover. So these guys will not be in your view, but you do have a prime opportunity to get 5 more kills, assuming they don't kill each other off first. Now, saying that, pushing this building is difficult. It's not that difficult in solos though. Duos, trios, or quads, very hard to push, but because there's 2 different stairways and you have an advanced UAV up, if you notice the enemy sitting over here, just go up this other staircase and then outplay the enemy camping on the roof. So that's one strategy. Or you could take the vehicle, go over to the hills and pick off these guys one by one, and then just rotate in on the enemies, or hold this ground until the circle closes in and find out where the next circle goes. So there's many things you can do in this position. Bounties usually, when you pick them up this late in the game, will just give you money. So I really wouldn't go for the bounty in this position. 1, we already know where the enemies are at. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what he decides to do. This is where decision-making process comes into play, and I'd love to see how he works this. All right, we're going over to the mountains and hopefully work in the mountains. Now, he might grab the bounty, actually. And that's what happens. I'm glad he grabbed the bounty, though. You know, bounty's not the play, but that's the perfect example to show you guys that if you grab the bounty late game, nothing will happen. So you just waste a little bit of time. Now, all right, but now we're heading over the hills. We do have another UAV, so this should be a fairly easy game for us to win, or at least get a couple more kills. Right, there's a Big Bertha in play. God, I hate Big Berthas. They're so stupid. Unfortunately, now Big Berthas, if there's a player that knows how to use them, they could really be deadly with them. If they drive the Big Bertha to you and then jump out and use the Big Bertha as cover, or go to the high ground and then jump out, this is a pretty good player right here we're going up against. It makes it very difficult for us to see him. That's exactly what's happening. What vehicles do is it confuses us as players. It just does. We tend to stay focused on the vehicle even if the enemy's not in it. And what it does is it allows the enemy to rotate or hit us from a different angle than we're actually looking at. And that's exactly what's happening here. So he's going to put some good damage on us and down us. In this position now, the enemy should be pushing us. He shouldn't be wasting his stuns. We're still down. I would have delayed those stun grenades. I like that he tried stunning us, predicting the self-res for sure, because he knew we were self-resing. But he should have ran a little bit closer to us, kind of counted in his head the amount of time it takes to self-res, and then hummed one stun grenade. Once we got the hit, then as we're getting closer, hum another one instead of spamming them back to back. That way he could have pushed us, stunned us dead behind that vehicle, and then he could push around and got an easy kill. But it looks like our boy's going to be able to outplay him. Tides have turned. We don't have any plates though. And even with no plates, my dude Dean just worked the shit out of that vehicle. Again, I want you guys to notice how Dean rotates around things that he uses, whether it's a vehicle for cover, whether it's a building. He doesn't just go around the left side the whole time and do circles. He rotates left, rotates right, goes up, goes down. He's just all over the place, confusing the enemy, right? That's exactly what he did, and that's exactly why he's shitting on these guys' faces. It's a good shit, Dean, brother. But ladies and gentlemen, now we're in a 1v4 situation. We're at an end game. There are definitely all the enemies to our 149. We shouldn't have to worry about too many people coming up from behind us. We have this big ass circle to our favor. All right, we're going to the edge of the circle, scanning, seeing if anybody's at planes. Nobody's there. We're looking over here at the loadout drop. There may be other loadout drops there as well, where there may be players at. What I would do in this point is go up to that high ground to our south and see if I can get some kind of angle on some other players. You don't ever want to move to that position too early because you could get shot in the side, but our right-hand side looks relatively safe. Our left-hand side looks relatively safe. So I would go ahead and start moving up there and getting eyes on everything going on around us. The last thing I'm going to do in this position when it's a 1v3 is allow an enemy team to push the high ground and get the better position. That way, when we're forced to push up, we're going to have a harder time to do that if they're holding that spot. But I do like the fact, and I would not have done this, honestly. I would not have played it like this. I mean, it's really a great idea. He played the outside of the wall. He's going to utilize this entire wall as cover and get a nice, almost easy kill, bro. Go in there, get that kill quick before the guys on the hills kill you. All right, good shit. Jump back and play it up. Don't even worry about the loot. I love that. All right, I wouldn't have done this. I would not have done this, and it would have got me killed. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I would have messed this up. I would have gone to the hill and scanned the outside because I would have assumed that it was clear over here, which it wasn't. When this enemy would have come around, my ass would be sitting up here looking the opposite way. He would have shot me in the back and I would have died. So great job, Dean, reading that and rotating around the backside through the gas, utilizing your gas mask to your advantage, getting a nice kill. And not only that, props not focusing on the loot. A lot of people be like, I need the loot. I need all the plates. But you knew you had enough plates to go ahead and plate up fully. And then once you're plated, then you can go around and get the loot if you really want to. But we're sitting on 4 kills, 2 enemies left. We already know where they're going to be at now. At least I hope. There may be someone else back here, but I doubt it. UAV in the air. Everyone's got ghosts, unfortunately. So now we are going to have to either A, play it. Oh, there's a guy right there on... There's a guy right over there. He got marked when he shot the precision strike. What we can do in this position is 1 of 2 things. We can bait them. Wait for the enemies to shoot at each other, which they're doing right now. And then once they shoot at each other, we now know based off the gunshots, one of the enemies is up on the hill to the south and the other one's to our right-hand side. Well, now one of them's dead. We don't know which one. We don't know which one's dead. But we have this wall we can play. Great shots, brother. Great shots, man. And just like Dean did, man, Dean held the wall. He allowed the enemies to fight each other and then came in with the beautiful 1v1 instead of just putting himself out there to try to kill the guy on the right side of the wall. Because if he would have done that, he would have rounded the wall and he would have got lit up in the side by the guy on the hill. So he waited patiently for the fights to happen and waited patiently to find out where the traces were coming from, where the shots were coming from. And then not only that, but the enemy was able to kill the guy on the wall as well, which helped us actually come out with a 15 kill W. So awesome gameplay, Dean. Dean, thank you for submitting the gameplay, brother. I really enjoyed analyzing this. I'm telling you one thing right now, analyzing y'all's gameplay, especially for solos over randoms, is way better for me because I get to see what you guys are doing. I get to see what you guys are learning and how you guys are improving as well. And Dean, you did a great job of outplaying enemies in close quarter situations by keeping your body moving. And guys, those of you who are actually goated with 3, 4 KDs, things like that, who watch these videos, remember guys, most of the people that watch these videos aren't as goated as you are. So even some of these things that seem simple are actually advanced for other players. But I really hope y'all learned something in the video. If you did, please let me know what it was in the comment section below. And again, thank you guys for all the recent support and helping us hit 61,000 subscribers. We're going for 75,000 for the end of the year. Let's see if we can hit it, boys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you check out one of these 2 videos over here. And as always, click that button to subscribe today. You have a good one. Until next time, keep on improving.